Welcome to the Fractional Edge podcast, the ultimate podcast where we unlock the power of workforce planning and discuss the rapidly growing fractional executive staffing strategies to supercharge your business.
Meet your hosts, Carol Fraser, a workforce planning expert, fractional chief human resources officer, and founder of C4 Talent.
And Jason Hewitt, the sensei of marketing, fractional chief marketing officer, and founder of Fifth Degree Marketing.
We'll bring you insights from seasoned pros, inspiring success stories, and actionable strategies to optimize your valued workforce.
Don't miss this chance to upgrade your business with top industry leaders in today's competitive landscape. So tune in and learn how to unleash your competitive edge. It's all good, girl.
It's going to be whatever comes.
All right. Hi. Welcome back, everyone. We are at FRAC 2023. This is the Fractional Edge podcast, and I have one of our keynote speakers here. This is Nancy Korsah. Korsah. See? Thank you. So I really want to understand. Tell me about your business and when did it get started? What was the passion behind doing it?
Absolutely. So Black Business Enterprises is an incubator for Black-owned businesses where they can find resources and anything that they need to be great, get out of poverty and build generational wealth. It started back in 2015, but it really didn't take off till 2020. As you know, after the insurrection, everybody just came out swinging. So we were ready to help families build.
Nice. Now, do you only do it here locally? Is this a national? Is it global, Miss Italian?
No, Black Business Enterprises is in 48 states and 22 countries.
Wow.
Yep, including Ghana, Italy, France, South Korea. We have Black-owned businesses everywhere, so we want to represent them.
And so this has only been going on for a short time. How did you expand so quickly?
Well, what a great question. I used to be a flight attendant, actually, in my past life. And I flew to 62 countries almost and I'm a social butterfly. So I got to know a lot of people. So I am very well connected internationally, especially. And everyone I meet, I hoard as a friend. So that's how it grew so big.
Now, is it something that is all run by your business? Is it franchises? Do you have strategic partners? How is it being managed by just you or your team here?
So at first it was managed just by me for years. Then we got partners in almost every state. So every state has two consultants that help us run it. We do events, workshops, financial literacy, whatever they need to actually feel like a community, and lots of networking events, because as you and I know, you can only grow by connecting to people.
It is so true. It doesn't matter how much marketing I do. It is always through referrals and networking.
Absolutely.
So you're here at FRAC 2023. Tell me how you believe this whole fracaverse, is that what he's calling it? How is that really going to support businesses, small businesses? You're not a small business because you're all over the world, but how do you think that we can help grow and really elevate small business owners?
Well, first of all, sell to them. That's what I have to say. I think especially in my community, there's Latinos, Hmong, Somali, and they're very well to do. I have a business partner that just bought her own building, but she said no one sells to her. No one markets to her. So I think that everyone is kind of missing out on a huge community of people that are up and coming. And this is the perfect time to capture them and help them scale even bigger.
Wow.
So that's what I want. And of course, support, allyship. Come out, support, show your face on networking events. I want the world undivided.
Love it.
That's what I want to see.
That don't we all? I mean, seriously. So you just did a keynote speech.
Yes.
What were you talking to the audience about?
I told them about my story from the very beginning, born and raised in Italy, and all the adversities I had to face, and coming to America and really harnessing the power that America is.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of flaws. However, this is one of the greatest countries I've ever lived in. And I've lived a lot of places. But I realized here I could be absolutely anything. And I can do absolutely anything. So I just want to re-inspire people that perhaps were born and raised here and just have lost that little spark.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the spark.
There you go. You're going to put the fire under
I put
us.
the fire back.
Yeah. When these fractional executives, after having, 15, 20, 30 years working as a W-2 employee, it's a little scary to go out on your own. And it's really kind of difficult to figure out, oh my God, I have to do everything on my own now. And it can be overwhelming. And yeah, that flame, that burning belly when they started can definitely kind of get squashed pretty quickly when you hit all that adversity. What advice do you think that these fractional people need to hear?
Well, that burn is definitely heartburn, but I'll tell you this. You don't have to do it all alone, right? A lot of people don't realize just by asking, even their other fractional friends, when you're first starting, you'd be shocked and surprised how many people are willing to help, whether pro bono or not, but they're just willing to help.
Yeah.
And I think we are so afraid to ask sometimes. So asking, and also use your tools. I've been using AI before it was a hot commodity.
There you go.
And AI wrote my whole presentation today.
Did it?
It's learn my personality. I broke ChatGPT, guys. I know a few code to break it. So it's learn my personality, and it helps me just move a little faster. It can be like a small assistant. So instead of resisting AI, I say beat it.
There you go.
Beat it, learn it, come ahead of it, so that you can actually utilize it to make your life a little easier. Because as a fractional, the illusion is that yes, you have a lot of freedom and you can choose where to be, but you still have a lot to do and a lot on your hands.
So our audience is primarily CEOs and founders, or even people in private equity firms. So I'm sure they'd love to understand an inspirational story that, let's say they are at that, 1 to 10 million mark, and they're like, this is so overwhelming. Maybe I should just sell it to somebody and go back to work, or, any of those horrible thoughts that creep in that you hit because of an economy or a social unrest or whatever the newest issue is in the world. What advice do you have for them?
Stop.
Stop what?
Just stop. Sit yourself down and stop.
Okay.
I think we're running so wild all the time. And yes, those thoughts do completely overwhelm us. And there's always something happening in this world right now. Gas prices are going up. This is going down. Some building is being burned down. Something is always happening. So I will say stand still.
There you go.
And I know it sounds crazy, but just by standing still, you could get the answer that you need. But at first, we have to stand still. When's the last time you really sat with yourself?
That's a really tough question. I will say, though, it was actually yesterday in the morning. For the first time in years, I did a sun salutation. And I sat with myself for 15 minutes.
You should have called me, girl. I love me a good sun salutation. But no, really, we are all running.
We are.
And I'm from Italy. We really know how to sit down.
Yeah, you do.
So sit down, take a breath, and sit with yourself.
Recharge.
Recharge. The answer will come.
Yes, absolutely. The universe supplies.
Yes.
And if you take a moment to stop and listen, you will likely start to hear a couple of different answers.
Absolutely.
That is amazing.
Do we have a sun salutation date coming up?
Sure. Actually, yes. I totally forgot how to do it. I had to look it up on YouTube. Fantastic. So give me an idea when this kind of organization, this kind of conference comes about in a matter of just months, right? And he reaches out to someone like you and says, we need you to be at our conference. You're like, dude, what? Like, tell me what happened. How did that whole thing come about?
Well, John Armstrong, he's heard me speak at multiple places.
Nice.
And he always says that I'm energetic and fun. So when he called me, I was like, absolutely, you better not do it without me. Like, what are you thinking? You need a little bit of spark and the energy, the joy. So I think I'm here for joy.
That's
here to spread
awesome. So now, how can people find you? Because clearly your story is one that many organizations can help to reignite the power, the drive, the inspiration in their organizations. How do people find you?
Absolutely. So corporations actually hire me to inspire their masses. I do a lot of DE&I consulting. So you can find my consulting site on nancykorsah.com. And for Black Business Enterprises, which is my nonprofit, blackbusinessenterprises.org. You can find me at either place. And I would love to help you, if your workers are not energized, not inspired, they're not going to perform. Give me a call. I'll recharge them for you. You're welcome.
So I actually have a question because you brought up the DEI and I completely forgot that is what your magic is that you can bring to organizations as a fractional.
Yes.
So this is the first one. And there is concern of representation in the fractional community. For those of our listeners and inspiring fractionals, being able to see somebody that looks like them, there's a little bit of like, there's way too many of one type of person right now who's running out there as fractional. What do you say to those companies or to those aspiring fractionals about where we're going as a practice?
Okay, so first, I don't do politically correctness, so it's white people. There's a lot of white people up in here, and it's totally okay.
Yeah.
Guys, I grew up in Italy where I was always the only Black girl. Yes, it is very majority white, which is totally fine. But okay, let's challenge ourselves. Who's out there that we need to reach out to? Like, I would have brought my entire population, so that's something I'm going to take on. But also, I'm going to encourage all of you to come out to some of our networking events and find you a good friend that doesn't look like you and that's from another community.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised, we'll fill the entire room and you get bigger, better ideas because you're all together. 2 heads is better than 1, especially if the heads are different.
That's fantastic. I hope that more people recognize that it is about the outreach. It's about the networking. It's about being purposeful.
Yes.
And not sitting there waiting passively for things to come to you. While yes, we need to take that moment and stop and listen to the universe, we also need to know that we are better together.
Yes, and go get it. Go find it. Go find that togetherness.
So what I'm hearing is next FRAC 2024, you're bringing your people here.
Oh, I'm bringing them everywhere. I hear we're going to possibly to Connecticut and other states. I have people everywhere. I will bring them because this is needed. And also we can help raise a whole community of fractional that don't just look diverse, but are doing very powerful things because they're so diverse.
Yes, absolutely. Well, I want to thank Nancy so much for taking time and just coming right off the stage and into the podcast.
Yes.
So this is the Fractional Edge. Listen to what Nancy said. If you're freaking out, just stop and take a moment and breathe and outreach to your diverse friends so that you can build something that's bigger and better. Yep. Excellent. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Best interviewer ever, by the way.
I appreciate that. Thank you. That was amazing.
Yes,
I didn't want to take up too much of your...
Thank you for tuning in to The Fractional Edge. We hope you enjoyed our insightful discussions and feel inspired to unleash your competitive edge.
Remember to like, share, and subscribe to stay updated with the latest episodes. You can also connect with our podcast guests to benefit from their expertise and explore collaboration opportunities by visiting our website, thefractionaledge.com. Join us next time as we continue to explore the power of workforce planning and fractional executives in today's competitive business landscape. Until then, take care and keep growing.